Today we're doing an information video on home inspections, and beside me is Ted Neufeld from Cornerstone Home Inspection Services. Ted's been doing this since 2005, and he's well respected in the industry of home inspections, and he goes from all the way from Fort Erie to Grimsby to do home inspections and other parts of the industry as well. So welcome, Ted, and thanks very much for joining us today at Hall on Homes. And maybe just give us a brief history of your experience in the business.
Sure. Been in the construction industry for about 15 years, home inspection for 5, like you said, and been around construction all of my working career, really.
Right. Were you a contractor, or were you?
I did heavy equipment operation for 11 years, so digging basements, pools, that kind of stuff. And so my expertise per se would be from kind of the foundation, the ground down, the unseen part of things.
Yeah. And what made you just kind of jump into the home inspection industry?
Well, I had a home inspection on my very first house when I first got married, and I thought, you know what, it's something like I could see myself doing, and so just started taking the courses, and it wasn't as popular as it is now, but yeah, that's what got me going on to it.
Yeah. And why do you think it's become so popular? I mean, not popular, almost so important. Probably about 95 or 90% of 95% of people that buy a home get a home inspection. Why has it all of a sudden become in the last 4 or 5 years so important?
I think because people realize that they can't kind of get into the house as much as I am allowed to. People hire me to open cupboard doors and turn on taps and light switches and look in the attic. Whereas as you're walking around a house, even with yourself, Richard, you can't do that kind of stuff. So I'm allowed to do that and just give people a little bit more insight other than the color of walls or the size of rooms. So,
sure,
yeah.
Sure. Now, what is the to the extent of you can't knock a hole in a wall to make sure that there's no leaks in there or anything like that. What is the extent of what you can do, and maybe the 5 most important areas of a house that you go through?
Sure. A home inspection is a visual inspection. So like you say, we're not going to be destructive at all. We've got infrared camera that we use, which can detect some moisture, insulation that might be missing in certain areas. We've got electrical tools and a moisture meter as well. So all of these tools are non-destructive. I mean, we inspect everything visibly that we can. So we look at the roof, the exterior walls of the house, the structure of the house is very important. Once we get inside, we look at the plumbing, the electrical, make sure that those things are functioning like they should be in a house.
I see.
Yeah.
Now you talk about an infrared camera. That's something new that you're offering to your clients, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a technology that, probably in 5-10 years, every home inspector will be using that. Right now we have that. We're offering that, with the cost of the home inspection, and that's kind of a, like I say, a non-destructive way, probably the best non-destructive way now to detect certain things that we might not be able to see without any other tool.
Well, I think that's a good insight right now. We're Rob's your colleague, and he's going to go through this house inspection. We're actually at the house right now that's getting inspected. Rob's going to be here shortly, so we're going to go through a little bit about what Rob's going to do as far as going through the house. We're not going to invade his space too much, but we're going to try and get as much information as we can, and just to show you exactly what happens throughout the inspection. So thanks very much, Ted.
No problem.
I appreciate your time today, and you can reach, I'll put all the information how you can reach yourself and your company at the end of the video, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one.
Okay.
So we're in the basement right now, and Rob's looking at the furnace and the hot water tank and things like that. Anything out of the ordinary?
Just a little corrosion on top of the cold there that you see, the cold outlet on the hot water tank.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's a rental. If it's a rental, then that would be repaired by the gas company.
Right. Generally, yeah, it is a rental, and most hot water tanks are. The furnace looks pretty decent. You said it's only about 9 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've just got the wrong size filter there on the bottom. If you see that, it's just a little too long.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah. So Rob's taken the electrical box, the main panel cover off, so we can see that the wires are put together properly inside each breaker.
when looking at this, you're looking for corrosion, and if there's any wires like double tap, multi-taps. And there is multi-tap right here. This is where you've got 2 wires under 1 screw.
That's a no-no?
Yeah, it's not supposed to be done, but it is. And there's another one right here too. This one here has got it too. It does happen. It's something that you see regularly, and what that is if there's no room for them to put another breaker in, they'll just kind of tuck it in with another one. And this,
What can happen?
you're running too much. You're putting a draw on that breaker that chances are it could trip on you, because it's used to just supplying the 1 wire. With the 2, you could have more things running off of it. And when we're looking for corrosion too on the wires and stuff like that, to see if there's any rust, anything like that.
Okay. So when we were talking earlier with Ted, he said they mentioned about a infrared camera that detects moisture, and other information can be gathered as well. So Rob's just checking that out right now. The outside wall, we're in the basement, and this little tool will tell you whether or not there's any moisture coming in. Let me see if I can get a shot of what it looks like. Not really.
Yeah, it's hard to, and you get reflections and stuff too with it.
At one point they did have a leak come through this window.
Oh, okay. No, it's not showing anything.
But they did get it fixed, they said.
Yeah, see, it's not showing anything there.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. So most windows have a stamp on them, as you can see right there, 1996, on the lower part of the window, and that's when it was made. Not installed, that was when it was made. So you can always tell that. Okay, so what's going to happen now is they're going to do a review of the entire inspection. So Rob, the inspector, is going to go through everything with Bob, the buyer, and he's going to just go through everything, and we're going to start down here in the basement at the furnace, and we're going to see what happens.
Your furnace is 2000, so it's 9 years old. What we recommend, it's high efficiency. What we recommend with the furnace is just an annual servicing. That with this and the air conditioner. Like I said, there's just that little piece of galvanized here. That's just that little piece. The rest is all copper throughout the whole house.
Yeah.
You do not have a remote reader, so you're going to have to take your reading from here.
Attic.
That's the attic access. Up there you've got plank boards for your roof sheathing. Looks good up there. The roof sheathing looks good. You've got about R28 insulation, which is decent. Cellulose, which is common that I would expect to find in this age of a house. So you're good up there. You've got plenty of ventilation. So you should be good. Hot and cold on the proper side, that everything's tight. Try the vegetable sprayer. Vegetable sprayer's fine. There's no leaks. Looking underneath, there's no leaks. Hot and cold are properly marked on there. Trying the window, same thing. Window works nice, works good. It's grounded in here. All your stuff is grounded in here.
So Rob's just going over the report now with Bob, the buyer, and I think everything went really well. This is a really good, solid house, as I said before. No surprises, nothing, no crazy leaks or issues with the house. So we're pretty happy about it. I think he's going to sign the notice of fulfillment and make sure that this house closes. I think it's a done deal. Thanks again for coming to hallandhomes.ca, and thank you once again to Ted Neufeld and Cornerstone Home Inspections. I'm Richard Hall, and this has been another information video provided by hallandhomes.ca. Thanks very much, and have a great day.